Well, Declan Kidney's selection of the Irish team to play Australia next Saturday morning surprised me. Kidney tends to surprise us, but this, by any standards, is extraordinary. Let's start at the back, first of all. The selection of Rob Kearney. First of all, he hasn't played very much rugby. Secondly, he is immeasurably happier when teams kick the ball to him rather than run at him. And Australia certainly aren't going to kick the ball. And secondly, he is essentially Leinster's backup fullback at this point. There's no doubt, based on last Friday night's Rabo Pro 12 competition for Leinster against the Dragons, Isa Nasewa is light years ahead of Kearney as an attacking fullback, and I cannot believe that Joe Schmidt wouldn't, if he'd given the choice, pick Nasewa. Murphy, a better counter-attacker, I think was the obvious choice. I'm really surprised by the wings. Bowe and Earls and no Trimble is quite extraordinary. Andrew Trimble was the outstanding back in the summer games. He was the one wing who looked good going forward. Some of his defensive work, previously a weakness of his, was quite outstanding, and that, coupled with his bravery, for me, made him a certain starter in front of Earls, who has had, sometimes maybe through no fault of his own, playing different positions, quite an average career over the last 12 months. But I am gobsmacked at number 10. How, on the basis of known form, since they've come to Australia, could he pick Sexton in front of O'Gara? I just don't know. The last time Sexton had a good game was in the Heineken Cup final. What Kidney has done, it seems to me, in picking an almost entirely Leinster back row, with the exception of Bowe and Earls, is to really hope that somehow, and I think he's hoping, he's not creating, he is hoping that somehow they will reproduce the form shown for Leinster. However, Leinster is a different team with a different coach. I simply don't believe that Alan Gaffney can get out of this group what Joe Schmidt got in the Heineken Cup. And secondly, of course, and almost crucially, Gordon Darcy is really playing way below par. The only reason I think he's keeping Fergus McFadden out is that simply Fergus McFadden probably isn't good enough at this level, but more importantly, hasn't had enough experience at this level, which is Kidney's fault, really, for sticking with Earls in the centre rather than trying McFadden. So this backline, I think, is a hope backline. It's a hit and hope backline. Somehow that next week they're going to deliver something special. I don't think they will. The reality of this is that irrespective of this, how the team played or what kind of a selection Kidney had, they would have lost to Australia. So the real thing is, how are they going to play against Italy? Because Dunedin on the 2nd of October, now as it was a year ago, will be the defining game. And as the days go by, Italy's chances increase. Pack is predictable, but why you pick Sean O'Brien at number 7 defies all known coaching and selection principles. Here is the best ball carrier, not in Ireland, but probably the best ball carrier in Europe. And he is placed at number 7, which reduces, by definition, his ability to carry the ball. He is now going to be engaged in a wrestling match on the ground with one of the great number 7s of the world, David Pocock. It is a match he is bound to lose. We are setting tanks out against cavalry. There is no way that we can compete on the ground, and certainly O'Brien can't do it. This may well be one of the primary reasons we're going to lose the match. The latest news just coming through that Jerry Flannery has yet again damaged his calf is an absolute disaster for the team, but of course a bigger disaster for the man himself. And my sympathy absolutely goes out to him, because he has worked clearly over the last number of years so hard to try and get back into good health. It looked as if he was working his way back. They're suggesting 6 to 8 weeks recovery, which takes him out of the World Cup, and they've sent for Damien Varley, but the reality of it is that this could be a career-ending decision for the Munster hooker. All in all then, a team that's selected on hope rather than expectation, a team that is selected not on form but on what I believe to be the coach's own bias. And finally, it is a team that I think there's something seriously wrong with the morale, because I cannot understand why they are playing the way they are. Can they win? Of course they can win. Everybody can win once. Will they win? Highly unlikely. But there'll be nobody happier than yours truly if they do it. But I just wish we had Irish teams going into matches saying, you know, we can win because we're the best, rather than saying we're the underdogs, our backs are to the wall, we are going to give a heroic performance. I'm fed up to the teeth of heroic